Good morning. For some reason it's so bright. I guess it just blends in with the sheets. Okay, gotta redo this head. And to just do her ears. Like that's where more of the fun is, you know? The ears have become, not the ears, the face and the mouth has become my least favorite lately. Probably just because that's the one that I've struggled with. This is impossible, but I'm never satisfied. Call me Alexander Hamilton. Okay. Face, ears. So this is okay. This deformation is okay. But then when it goes to here, that's when like this is no longer even anymore. Like this should be where the chin is. So I think maybe that's my issue. Maybe it isn't that I had to redo it, but just that these are so out of line. Should be redone. So what I'm going to do is copy over each one and go from there because what I'm doing now is not really working. Considering how little sleep I've had, I'm surprised by how awake I am right now. It's my phone. It's all a learning process. God, there's so many wires. I thought I did such a good job with cable management when I moved my desk, but now it's all getting tangled. Enough of babies. This one here. No. It's like in theory, this is just flipped, so you think it wouldn't be an issue. So because it's you can't flip. I think maybe I should try it anyway, and then I will adjust accordingly. Actually, it doesn't look anything like it. I guess it's closer than it would be, so I'm telling myself. Maybe one day I will find a more what's the word? Efficient way. Hashtag one day. It's probably for the best to find a new way that, like, how to improve on what's already there rather than just restarting all over. I mean, all the time. So that just tends to be my go-to. I'm like, oh, it's broken, gotta fix it. Just leave it as it is. And that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. So I want to drag these over, but I'm kind of worried about them all getting wonky. It's the brush tool is not infallible. But you know, this could be worse. Could be a lot worse. I said I would try to do the original 45-degree angle I had intended, and I would like to be true to that. So if this was sitting like around here on the other side, it just goes to show that these need to be, like if this was an ant hill, not ant hill, if this was like a ant marching thing, all needs to be rotated slightly. The only reason why it matters is because once you start getting into like this territory, you're gonna start getting handsome Squidward, courtesy of Rose, which we don't want. Not today, handsome Squidward, not today. I feel like it's a little crunchy if it's okay up here because it's gonna be hidden anyway, but it's better to have good housekeeping. Is this like the most slow brute force way to do it? Yeah. But I'm a masochist. I should just have that hashtag masochist. I wonder if I should just embrace my new hours of just like staying up late and then I don't know. I'm just so much more of a night owl. So that's my theory. If I can keep this in line with where the chin should be, then it should, in theory, be not as bad as it was. What the heck is going on with the eyes? Okay, wait. Profile... no, 3/4. Nope, 3/4 left. I know my left from my right, it's fine. Okay. Now... going to... what did I do? Okay. Sometimes life requires a little trial and error. It's like the most ugly thing ever. You know, sometimes I'm like, how do I explain what it means to brute force something? And then, because sometimes I'm like, well, I'm not brute forcing this, not brute forcing that, and then I have moments like this, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is not normal. Turn off this. A little distracting. Man, I should really embrace the brush tool more. I do. It deserves a lot more respect. Oops. Where'd my face go? Face, where are you? Oh, there it goes. It feels good to feel good. I wish it was transferable. You know, there's some people who just really need it. Sometimes when you have spoons to spare, it's good to share. Five degrees. And let me recalibrate this. Just in case. Okay. I'm really not a morning person, so I don't know why I'm awake. Kind of went to bed at around 4. Again, hashtag masochist. So I have it any other way. Interesting that this got so squished, considering maybe it's just because brute force is so ugly. Sometimes you gotta get ugly to get pretty. Beauty is pain. Whatever. Can't think of any other analogies, frankly. I can only imagine what other, like professional riggers, they would see this and be like, what the hell is she doing? But you know what? I'm trying to compensate for the fact that the reflection isn't working well for this. Alright, sometimes you just gotta do the thing. And I'm really happy with the way the other, okay, this is the left angle. I'm really happy with the way that the right side looks. So it kind of makes sense to really make the effort. Like, I almost threw in the towel because I'm like, I'm pretty much just getting experience for this rig rather than financial gain. But you know what? I think it would be throwing in the towel if I didn't take full advantage and use it as practice rather than being like, oh, it's too hard. I'm not gonna do it if I'm not paid for it, type of thing. I literally signed up for this, and I want to do best for Kyo or Q. Kyo. I'm like thinking in Punjabi. Still, edge of my mind. I need to turn off this mask because it's kind of bit of an issue. Wait, no, it's the face line. Take off this. Didn't work. It's not even over there anyway. Huh. Is the... oh, it's probably just because this is over it. Oh, it's because of the mouth. I'm a dummy. It's fine. Okay, let me turn the mouth off. Oh. Turn the inner mouth off too. There we go, that's a lot better. Why work harder when you can work smarter? Or at least, if not smarter, then what do you call it? More common sensely? It's not a word. I think those are my current, like, as my current vibes. It's just like, this is fine, and hashtag masochist. It's like, I don't know where the origins of that meme are. Like, clearly it's from some sort of cartoon, but it's just so, it's so apropos. It's like exactly how I'm feeling. It's like, this is fine. It's fine. Sometimes when you know, you know. So here I'm going to try and push this in because it's not like it actually extends out where the nose is. Like, the nose extends out where the nose is. Speaking of nose, I should hide that. In my way. I want this to be as evenly spaced as I can, particularly in this, like, crunchy part. Okay, so I think this is the center because of the way this kind of triangle is shaped. You see? Well, at least the chin maintains. Okay, well that's a bad idea. But so far, so good here. Oof. I can see the light. We may just survive this. I'm gonna take my time and enjoy it. I don't have any tutoring today. Just gonna do the work that I've been wanting to do. No point in feeling anxious about it or procrastinating. Because in the end, the goal that I want to achieve, it only gets done if I do the work. And I really feel like I have great people around me recently. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm able to be a little bit more independent, for lack of a better term. Like I don't have to rely on other people's validation quite as much, because I just have more confidence in myself. And like if you asked me that probably even like a year ago, I would have been like, ha, what are you talking about? That's funny. But it's just like the equivalent of maybe someone finding religion and then, you know, they want to spread the word type of thing, except that I guess this is a different type of spirituality. I heard somewhere that there's like, oh, you know, you don't have to be religious to be spiritual. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. I think I'm just so used to equating it that way, and like my automatic is to be defensive, like, oh, religion. And there's nothing wrong with other people having a religion. I have bad experiences with having stuff like that pushed upon me. I'm not a big fan of forcing people to do things. Not that my parents forced me, my parents didn't, but anyway. I am more of a proponent of giving people the full story, or as much as is possible, and then let them make their own decisions. And you know, if they make a mistake, then they make a mistake. That's part of life. And it's funny how I used to think like, oh, being 21, like you're an adult, but I'm 28 now, turned 28 this year, and it's just, I have become more and more cognizant of the fact that like I still don't feel like an adult. I mean, I do because I had to pay taxes, but like looking back, because I was watching a video about Pokimane from like 3 years ago, and she was 23 at the time. It's like, oh my god, what a baby. And I know people who are 23, and just technically your brain still isn't fully formed. And of course you're, or at least most people are aware enough to be aware of that. So it's kind of weird, but I don't know, I feel like the retrospect is 2020. And I remember like when I was younger thinking like once you turn 30 your life is pretty much all downhill from there. But I'm glad that I'm not a teenager in this day and age. Like it seems pretty crazy to be a young person. Not that I'm not young, I am young, but like younger, like finding my identity sort of thing. I mean, it was hard enough as it is. Now with social media, even that much stronger than it was. It's always, oh, the last generation ruined it for the next generation or whatever. after a certain while, it's like there's no point in playing such a blame game. It was, you know, a group of people. Okay, so this is an area where I shouldn't be so anal about it because it will be covered. I mean, I don't know, I guess if she wants a bald toggle, then I can fix it. But I think that as long as it's presentable, that should be good. But I really didn't think about the fact that earlier when I was first reading this, that the chin is really what will separate it from like Squidward level to actually looking proper. And I'm enjoying this, I'm listening to music by Lo-Fi Girl in part because it's copyright free and it just plays endlessly and it's pretty decent. I just got so incredibly sick of just like normal lo-fi. It's like haunts my dreams. In part because when I would stream, I'd stream for long hours, and I've tried those like premium music services, but I would get through the content, and yeah, it's like, okay, well, there goes my $12–15 for it to last like a week, and now I'm already hearing repeat songs. I'm just too strong for the system, what can I say? So I don't know how other people do it. Like, I know some people, just by being on other people's streams, it's clear, like, okay, they're not really playing music that's like totally copyright free. Either it's low enough or whatever, but so maybe at some point I'll try and figure that out, because I don't want to break TOS, obviously, but at least for right now, the synth is fresh enough that I don't really mind. YouTube is amazing. You can learn so many things. And it's even more true now than it was before. Pretty much anything you can think of, there's a video on that. And if there isn't, there will be soon, and that person will find a way to really make the most of it. I want to be able to make rigging and stuff like that more accessible to the mainstream, at least even just to like watch the content. Rigging. Okay, let's see how this looks. It's a little wrinkly over here, but we'll fix that. This is a lot better than it was, let me tell you. Look. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay. Top. Left. Yes. I guess I could have done the face line, set the face base. No, I think this makes sense. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Self-doubt. Go away. So this needs to go all the way up, 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 up. So then, when the cheek goes down, it'll be more natural. I used to be so nervous about streaming, and it used to really be about like the streaming and making sure I'm talking or whatever. And it used to make me really anxious to like stare at the number of viewers. Like for example, right now I know there's one viewer. Usually I have it off, but it doesn't bother me. I guess this is what Healthy Gamer, the YouTube channel guy, therapist, psychiatrist. He when he's talking about detachment and stuff, this is what he means. I'm like, ah, I see. I haven't quite reached enlightenment. I don't know if that's ever going to be in the cards, but it has given me a better appreciation for things that I don't understand, like meditation. Like I understand like the general concepts, but it's kind of like if you don't think it's gonna work, it's not gonna work. There isn't some magical thingamajig that's just like, oh yeah, there you go. People have talked about how many benefits it has. So it's like if it's in like an OP power, use it, you know? I mean, every day I feel like more and more like, okay, this is what it is that I wanted to do. I have a master's in art therapy, and I don't regret getting my master's. I feel like it, at least up until this point, has still served a purpose, even though it's not exactly what my job description is right now, and maybe it will be in the future, but right now it's, taught me to be a more empathetic human being. And it's a rather expensive lesson, I know, but it really helped form who I am as a person. I met some great people, and there's always more growing to do. Seriously, I should feel like I'm dying a slow death right now from the lack of sleep. I think part of me is just the reason why I can't sleep and why I'm so energized is because there's just so many things I want to do, and I'm feeling, like hopeful and shit. And I'm like, okay, I should use it. So blend shapes. I should use blend shapes more often. It took me a while to figure it out, and I still don't really 100% understand the nuances. There's some things that are just like not discussed. Not because it's hush-hush, but it's like the people who are making the tutorials, they don't necessarily think to include something, like some detail. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to create tutorials to begin with, because I know other people will be in my shoes, and I know that I'm an intelligent person, and I'm sure there are other intelligent people who are equally confused. And, I also have to keep reminding myself there's no lack of new people who want to try Live 2D. And it may feel like, oh, people started it like 5-6 years ago. I feel like I'm already like behind the curve, but in no time at all, it'll probably feel like the opposite. Not that I was like a pioneer by any means, but just kind of acknowledging and respecting the fact that by that time I'll have done it for a while, and that should be honored. Okay, so actually I should probably clean this up just because the ear might show through. Oops. That was a little too violent. What's going on here? This must have been for a curve, which is why it looks like this. Sometimes it feels like it's a balance between how much do you tell other people. Like, it's one thing to tell people, share stuff in person. It's another to, like, share it on the internet and then have it be permanent forever and ever. It's like, on one side, it's like maybe you want to be genuine, but on the other side, you know, you're revealing a part of yourself. Which sounds obvious. I don't know. I just have thoughts and feelings, okay? I'm not really doing a very good job of piloting my VTuber. I wanted to also redo the mouth so it's a little bit more responsive, especially since I don't have VBridger. So it's like, oh, what can I do to make this better? I guess for one, I could not mumble and open my mouth more often. I really feel like I can see not so much the light at the end of the tunnel, but things are really starting to get rolling for me, and I hoped that, you know, I have a livable wage by May. Not hoped, this is what I kind of like tried to manifest. And I'm not going to make a livable wage yet, but I'm actually starting to have business, and it's real, and it's tangible, and it's validating. It's like, look at where your hard work has brought you. And I used to be someone who just never finished anything. Why does this song sound familiar? Edge. I feel like I've heard this in other places as well. Or maybe it's just the chord or the beat or something. Or maybe it's because I've listened to this channel once before, so Maybe I'm hearing the same music again. Last time I streamed was a few days ago, and I just forgot the amount of stamina that's required to stream. Particularly if you're kind of stressed about it, for lack of a better term. My rigging was so much slower. And this time I'm taking it as like, you know what, I'm just gonna take my time, not necessarily that I'm worried about talking so much. I think I'm doing a pretty good job right now. You never know who will be watching later. Maybe I can do like psychological and health and wellness type streams, not streams, videos while rigging, so people do like their art or get ready with me and stuff like that. And maybe I can do something like that, but with rigging. I feel like there are a lot of ways that it can grow, and some of it could just be using older trends. Like I was thinking, oh, like, you know, 10 levels of rigging or something. Example of like, I was using the brush, wasn't quite doing what I wanted, so now I had to kind of go back to doing it by hand. It's kind of meditative. Let's go with the flow. I want to do both by the artist and the VTuber. There's a lot of faith being put in my hands, and I don't want to misuse or abuse. I feel like I have a better understanding of when people are like, oh, thank you for honoring me with like taking care of your OC or something like that. So you are, you know, giving your baby to someone. Of course, they can say, "Oh, I don't want to. It just doesn't feel right for me," or whatever. But you know, it's still a privilege. That looks a lot smoother. Again, not perfect, but right now we're just okay. So there's a piece right over here. Let's see. I think that maybe if I fix the other parts, then this won't be an issue. Not as bad as I thought it would be. I wonder if that looks weird. The area is kind of tricky. In order for it not to curve, you have to kind of get it just right. Sometimes it curves where places is not used to curving, and then you get wibble wobble. I feel like writing an essay or doing a drawing, sometimes you just get too close. Like, don't draw too close because you'll focus too much in one area and get all messed up. I feel like that can be true in rigging as well. pointy of the chin and a little pointy of the cheek. I think this part in particular is you know what, maybe no one is going to look that close, so. Also, I wanted to try putting the things more out here to make it look more 3D, but you know what, one thing at a time. Lets me not rush myself. Okay, that looks weird. One, two, three, four. Cheek over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's above the cheek. I'm gonna have to just add another key to straighten it out. It's really too bad though. Maybe if I push this. Oh, this is just asking to be wobbly. 2, 3. Because I keep getting wiggly. So if I fix it and then it becomes wiggly again. It's not like I'm changing the mesh itself. What's going on, dude? Pretty good. Could be a lot worse. That's looking pretty bad. I know that this would looked good before, so I'm really still very confused as to like what is making it change. But as long as in the end it all works out, it's all that matters. It's fine. Everything is fine. I wonder if there's any element of the fact that it's not like perfectly the same as it was before, but it shouldn't explain, but that shouldn't be a reason as to why things are getting wobbly. So that doesn't really make sense. Yeah, it looks like the jawline is the part that needs the most work right now. Again, it's doing it again. It's doing it again. I knew I wasn't crazy. It was smooth until it wasn't smooth. And it's not like it's outside of the deformer. What the heck? I put so much time into it. It's frustrating. Could I have done the face line instead? Where's it go to? Why are you being like this? Oops. So is it this? Had I chosen the center as the? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. What is life? Hashtag feeling defeated. Take the face line, auto, edit form, correct to original. Let me get back over. Forward. I need to do the face line first. Just redo it. This is fine. Everyone is fine. One is fine. This is fine. Now I just need to make sure that everything is perfectly on the line. Maybe I should raise the density level. Like, it could just be me, but I feel like everything's gonna go faster once I just get this stuff over with. I already did a little bit of the hair, because it's like, I need a break. That's good. Fingers crossed. I think it's better this way that you didn't overlap them and then cut them or something. So I've done that before, and it may contribute to things not working out. It just really goes to show how important meshing is properly. Don't just mesh any old way. If you want to do anything remotely more complicated, it will be an issue. was curious as to how much more dense it was, but it seems like it's about the same. I'm gonna put a dot next to each section. So we have the nose, mouth, chin. I have the face line be the base. Then okay, now no one make any sudden movements. You know, I kind of forgot that it had already done that, so maybe this is a good thing. Okay, I want the red here. I don't want this to move. I think I'm doing this right. Looks a little weird because it's so stretched, but it's fine. Oh my. Oh, I see. Okay. So if I bring these back together, doesn't do anything. Okay. You know, that's a real shame. The fact that I put all these on just that. Okay. Let's see if I can. Control. Paste. Oh. What about no? What about no? Oh wait, I'm a dummy. Okay. Here. Trying. And go to face line. Come on. I feel like I've done something like this before. You know what? Forget it. Started from the bottom over here. Oh. Oh. All part of the process. Is it because some are glued more than others? Let's make it all red. Ah, yes. Ah, sweet mother of God, sweet mercy. This is it. This is it! All I have to do is learn how to use glue correctly. Except that I think I didn't do it correctly. The point is that it's not pulling, so I think I needed the... No, not that. Yes, yes. Enhance. Ah, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Giving myself my own boot camp. want to watch me struggle. I'll be right back. Just need to have a bio break. No, I'm not. I wasn't asleep. I was in the bathroom. Hello. I'm making a bagel. Yeah, also, I fed the animals just now. um, yes, I should be asleep. I went to bed around 4, and then I woke up around 7, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. I mean, granted, I didn't try very hard, uh, but yeah. So you'll be very happy to know that I had a bit of a breakthrough. So just doing things just wrong. I am redoing the face. for the umpteenth time, but it's okay because I feel better about it right now. It just seems to be the story. It's like I need to do everything like 3-4 times before I'm satisfied. Because what was happening was like I was adjusting one thing, one angle, then I went to a different angle, and I tried to adjust that, and then it was getting crunchy on the other side. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So turns out that I think that I just wasn't gluing things properly. So now I've redone it, re-glued. Now everything will move appropriately. And also instead of doing, I don't remember if I had glued the base to the face line or the face line to the base. I think it was maybe face line to base. But now I glued it to the face line and I'm just doing that. You know, yeah. Yes, that. Droopy's here. I meant to put on timestamps. 9:38. If you guys are still here, let me know. Okay. Anyway. Down, up. Now maybe if I reflect the motion, it'll actually do what I want. If it did, that would be very exciting. I'm gonna cut all of my existence in half. Wow. I was like so defeated like 2 seconds ago when everything was crunchy, and now I have renewed faith. Okay, so this, I'm gonna try and do the temporary deform tool. Is with this random. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with it. Deal with it later. See if this works. At least to get a little bit closer. Looks like it's a piece of skin. Maybe not. Thanks, guys. I don't know if you heard my whole explanation, but basically I figured out how to fix things, so now it won't do the things that it was doing. I doubt there will be any Squidward faces. So. I say this with the utmost confidence. Also, I have a bagel in the toaster, so I need to grab that at some point. There's something missing here. Where is this dot? You mean like each vertice, or what? Because if you saw me doing it before, yeah, it was real painful. Just talking to myself in pain. But I didn't realize how much pain I was really in. What is going on here with this? Oh, hello. You know what it was? It's probably because it's not glued properly. Yep. That's about right. And here. Or not. You know what? These are probably... I think I know what that is too. Hey, Luria, is that how you pronounce your name? What is the interesting part? I think that if I... Maybe I should just delete the... So I saw a method of not even connecting all the lines. Loria. The head angles, how do you do them? Good question. I ask myself the same thing every day. Well, for this model in particular, because it's semi-realistic and it just happens to like perfectly match, well, not perfectly, but like basically perfectly match the art, I'm using these head angles that I already created, which I was going to release as a resource, but I wanted to make a more anime version since most people's stuff tends to be more anime than not. Yeah, because I was trying to put it on, like, for example, like Iron Mouse's face, Bow's and Shy Lily, and their heads were too round and anime to fit it. So, but I'm glad I can actually have a use for it, at least for right this second. But yeah, so you know, you start with X or Y, whichever you prefer. And then you do... First you start... Yeah, okay. So here I'm starting with the Y, and then I'm going to do the X, and then you do the corners. And in some cases you can flip, like, reflect motions, but sometimes you can't, so... It's kind of a bit of a test. But yeah, the brush tool is your friend, so use the brush tool. So for example, like, you can see the lines aren't absolutely perfect, but I can fix them later, but I can just tell you they're a lot better than they were. Yeah, well, sometimes the brush tool, it like, the radius is a little too much, even with, you know, the settings and whatnot, so... Sometimes that's when I start doing it by hand, piece by piece. And again, not the most efficient way, probably better ways, but... You know, why make life easy for yourself? So... Oh, thank you. Which one? The white one is Misa, and the dark one is Joopy. Joopy's a boy. Well, his name is Jupiter, but call him Joopy. And then I think you can see one of the cats. That is Django hiding in the background. And, oh, Theo's coming in through the door. The whole gang's here. Joopy, please don't scratch the floor. Thanks. Okay. Now, I'm going to see if it will let me do the thing. I must say, it's a lot more energizing when people are here. I mean, I know that might sound like kind of obvious, but also like, dang. Dang. It looks like there are more pieces that I didn't quite glue together properly. But yeah, he has a very fluffy butt. Especially when it was like a little bit more matted. Let's just say it was very fluffy. He's a good boy. What the heck is going on here, guys? Come on. Why you do this? Must you be like this? Oops. You know, it took me a long time to actually use the brush tool properly, and by properly I mean like using it. But maybe it's just because you can't really learn use everything in a span of 2 seconds. I don't feel like I'm making sense. Hey! Jesus, scared me. Getting kisses on my leg. Oh, I should probably take away this bottom one because it's kind of confusing me. Is it? Oh, right. I have my bagel. I'm gonna go get my bagel real quick. Please enjoy some dog. He'll probably get up once I leave though to get the bagel. Follow me wherever I go. So it's funny that you're saying that you wanted to pinch his butt because he loves getting his butt scratched so much. Like his way of greeting and saying hello is turning his butt to you, and then he'll look back and go, "Okay, butt scratches," and he will just sit there as long as you'll let him. So yeah, a lot of times lost in Juvie Land. My hand's so shaky. So yeah, in theory, if these lines are approximately where they should be in relation to each other, then we shouldn't have any Squidwarding. Obviously, this is the only one that I've done so far over here, but not the best example, but now they did this, let's see if it wants to reflect properly. Done. That's pretty close. It's pretty close. Not perfect, but pretty darn close. Could have been a lot worse. It was a lot worse. Once upon a time. I mean, it's kind of like synthesizing corners. As long as it's in the ballpark, you're good. Hey, Jesus Christ. My soul. It's off my body. Wow. My model really knows how to accentuate my eating. The same is true when I'm drinking. It doesn't show it, but it's clearly doing something. Once I integrate the ears, then I will... Well, actually, she doesn't have human ears. Never mind. But if I need to go back and fix that, then I will. But yeah, so Joopy will... If he hears an animal or like a human, pretty much anyone crying, he gets very concerned. It's like it's kind of funny to say like, oh, my dog is sensitive, but he's like genuinely sensitive. Part of it is like a breed thing, like collies are just very sensitive. But it took some getting used to. It's like, dude, stop barking in my face, that's not helping my situation. But he means well. When it actually comes down to it, he does a good job. He's my service dog, so he helps ground me and stuff when I need it. A little crunchy. Oh, it reminded me of Squidward just because it's like, it's just the straight face, but yeah. Anyway, okay. So we have those, we got those. Now do the angles. I sort of do the angles as if I haven't been doing that this entire time. To be honest, I haven't looked at enough models closely enough to see how much, like for example with head angles, how much are people actually paying attention to the outline? Probably not as much as I think, but I think that if it's crunchy, people will notice. Is Indonesia 11 hours ahead or behind? Where the last travel to India? Ahead, so you guys probably ahead. Energized by lack of sleep. I genuinely don't feel tired though. Just like mildly concerning. I wonder if that just means I'll crash harder later. It's probably for the best since my schedule's been all over the place. I think part of me is just like fueled by anxiety. It's like I want to finish this, but it's not always necessarily bad anxiety. I mean, anxiety does serve a purpose, just to get you to do things. It's just kind of like what you do with said anxiety that makes it bad or good. Excuse me. Very suspicious right now. Doing it again. Let's see. I'm having very mixed feelings right now. It's crunchy now. In theory, you record the keyform, and it should not move. So what the heck is going on? sounds like it's just the, what do we call it? It's because of the glue. Put here only to suffer. This line's so smooth and then crunch, crunch, crunch. Maybe I'll do this and then I'll unglue it and then fix it and then call it a day. Or maybe I wonder if this would fit. Will it be smoother now since it's not trying to pull at the skin not moving? Like my mic is picking up some audio. I apologize. Too many faces. Anti-crunch. Anti-crunch. This is riveting content. Okay, I think I may have solved. Now this is gonna. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine. We're fine. Part of it is also these outside parts become a little bit more like sticky outy. Becomes less clear. Is what and I'm such a perfectionist. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Oh, okay, my what do you call it? Faith. My faith in everything that is holy. So yeah, so the fact that I didn't have the fact that I didn't have the glued face skin with keyforms, like that's not something that I would have necessarily thought of. So good to know, note to self. Wait, if I did this, then I could do. Okay, cross your fingers. I'm pretty satisfied. That's my mantra of today. Could always be worse. This is fine. I hope you guys are doing well today, though. Today, tonight, wherever you are. Myself getting closer and closer to Nirvana. Some Stardew later. If I do that, I would switch to Twitch. It's like the people who are coming for my rigging aren't necessarily coming for my gaming, which is funny because like no one knows that I game essentially. Just yet another no one. I am affiliated though because I had I put in like I think it was like in one month I put like 250 hours in. And so cumulatively it got me affiliate. I mean I probably lost it by now because you probably have to maintain something. But it was definitely not from subscribers, I'll tell you that. Like gallons and gallons of water. As long as your pee is like only a little bit yellow, you're good. Not that anyone asked, because no one asked. Okay, I only technically have a little bit more work with the face shape now. Do the one with the other corner. Reflect, correct. Do the general placement of the features. Why am I doing this one by one again? Maybe I can reward myself by just moving on to something else. organize these since I didn't do it on the other side. Just your good old smooth anime. Oof. Getting close, I can feel it. Okay, let's see. This line. Red. This. It's funny. Sometimes just like untangling a chain or something. Untangling the vertices, I mean. So close, I can almost taste it. And there's those lumps and bumps. Wait! Why do I keep getting scared every single time? First it was Misa twice, and now it's Droopy. Apologize if it just sounds like me screaming in your ear. More like a height, whatever height stands for. Not what it stands for. Like, if you consider that a scream, I'm sorry for screaming in your ears. It's like sometimes you know to expect it, and yet. They get pretty rowdy with each other. The song was very quiet. surprised my mic didn't pick up the extremely loud sirens. But look! Oh, Squidward! Ew. Okay, I just need to fix this top one though. No, Squidward. No, Squidward. Must be an emergency going on. So many sirens. Man, New York has a lot of sirens to begin with. Hey, kitty cat. Small, that one. I would explain some things. It was right here that I didn't. So easily amused. It's exciting. Excited. Excited. Let's see. He had bangs, and then bangs wiggle. Yeah, that's the input. Giddy. So I'll try and have these on the same one. I might end up putting them on different ones if they're like too much of the same. For some reason, I always seem to end up making this side longer. Should fix that too. Probably gonna put them on different ones. So, let's see. Side. Wiggle. Side. Wiggle. Side. Two. Man, blend shapes. Amazing. Right. Oh my god, that's crazy. Too much, too much. Why is this? Oh, this is two. One. Feel a tingling inside. See if I put this one on too. It's a little too much the same. Be happy. Okay, so side wiggle. So do I want this inverted? Now I'm just going to try and do it the same direction. Go from there. That didn't work out. Side wiggle. Engage. I don't remember what my command is for the temporary. I did it so I wouldn't have to do this over and over again. Ass. Here I am. Anyway. But no. Come back. Did they come back? Oh, wait. So we go two, with two, two, with two. It's here. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Maybe I should skip this one. I think it'll probably look too much the same, so I'll probably have to separate them. Which is kind of a pain. Not time-wise, but it's just like, ooh, rough. I guess I kind of, no, actually. This one, just adjust a little bit. Okay. Save, take 2. Dun, 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 dun. It's probably okay that they're together. Okay, so I think I'm gonna need 3 first, so it's 1. I don't want them all to be different because I'm so extra. Okay. Side 1, 2. Side 1, 3. Need to think of a better naming system than this. Side 2. Yeah, I'm already confusing myself. 2, 2. I'm already here. Change it later. 2, 3. Side 2, 3. Okay. Start it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last but not least, the wide boy. Do the other one, and then and physics one more time. Okay, is this not meshed? What? What is this blasphemy? One, two, three. 2, 3. Thoroughly. Two, three. With it. Save. Actually, since we're here, we might as well have this too. Since that's there, I should probably add this side. Oh, gosh. Why is it always so extra? Just chill out. Too much of the sameness. Let's try doing It's very strong. Increase. Oh, it's kind of weird. I don't lie. But we're making progress, and that's what matters. Get a third pendulum. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 8. Oh, that's weird. Ooh, that gave me a weird feeling. No, thank you. Did not like that. Let's try 3, 1, 3, 1. It's 2. Oh. Speed 1, 2. Two is so much nicer. It's a little too reactive though. Put my hair back in this. It's fun though. Like you can always make it less intense. Maybe for the nodding, we can make it go more up and down. I'm so mesmerized. Guess I should. I'm gonna have to do all this. Like I can't not do all of it. Do it myself. What's this for? I didn't even realize. Two, three, four. It's like current me and past me have different things in mind. So, not sure what's going on with the second hair, but we'll figure it out. The last one up is the tip. Oops. Bring it back. One, two, three, four. same since they're like the same texture. It doesn't want to be. So, oh, yes, it is what I meant. Okay. Slowly losing my mind. So, sworn that I rigged this already. it somehow get deleted. I don't know how that's possible. Okay. This is fine. Everything's fine. What's in your mind? One down. Go. Second, I thought this one was already right now. I was very confused, except that it was just that I put keyforms and tricked myself like this. Close, so close. 2, 3, 4. I feel like I'm in a race. Race against my sanity. Save. Oh, sweet mercy. Oh, it looks good. do the other strands, but you know what? I think I've done enough. Thank you so much for watching, hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye!